What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king. Welcome you back to more Let's Play Pokemon Black and White 2. In the last episode, we defeated Marlin, the 8th gym leader here in Unova, and got ourselves the Wave Badge, the final badge necessary to challenge the Pokemon League. But we're not going to be doing that just yet because we're after Team Plasma. We're supposed to be helping Hugh out. So we're going to be heading off towards Route 22, and we're going to be battling a whole number of trainers as we search around out here. And I've actually got to pop a Max Repel before we go any further, so pardon me while I do that. We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of training to do. I did manage to get Farina back in my party off screen because I had put him away in the box for the time being to let Kamina do all the work. But now that Kamina is level 50, she can sit the next few rounds out, I would say. She's a little bit overpowered at this point. So I've got Challenger at the front of my party trying to do most of the work here. But obviously, you know, there's only so much that he can do, especially when we're going up against Pokemon like Vanillite. Man, actually, this is a perfect opportunity. Well, it is just a Vanillite. It's not even a vanilla-ish. So, I don't know. I'll just fight through this, I guess. I was going to say Volcarona would be able to show off Heat Wave right here. But no, we were able to just one-shot it with Strength, so it's not really that big of a deal. Whatever. We'll just keep working on the team, trying to put bring everyone up to speed. We got Bouffalant next. That is definitely going to be Jack's responsibility to deal with, because Bouffalant is actually a very strong Pokemon, and it is only weak to fighting-type moves and not much else. So I just need to make sure I'm picking my battles smartly here. There's honestly not much for me to throw Challenger at in this area, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. I'm starting to think, because, you know, once we get to the Pokemon League, it's going to get to a point where I'm going to have to pick a Pokemon to sit the entire thing out, and I hate to say it, but it honestly might end up being Challenger just based on the way things are going. I don't know. Also, Dark Grass. Everything is higher level here. Ooh, Amoonguss. I actually think I might fight this thing just to get the experience out of it. Yeah, I got about 2,000, so it wasn't really too bad. And oh, gosh dang it, this is a Fungus, man. I've been baited again. Are you kidding me? No, it's another Amoonguss. What the heck? This one's level 47, though. All right, well, I guess more experience for me. Oh, an Effect Spore got Challenger right at the end there. You got to be kidding me. You know what? I'm actually kind of okay with that, because I think what I'm going to do, because I'm looking at all the other trainers that are here on this route, and I think this is actually the perfect time to give Tomoe the Lucky Egg. As nice as the Rocky Helmet has been on her, I think... Oh, I also need to swap her. I think it's time for her to shine in this area, because there's going to be quite a few trainers and Pokemon that are going to be good. Oh, also, hello there. We'll deal with you in a minute, Terrakion. For now, I got trainers to battle here. If I can actually get to them, I'm just going to go past you. There we go. We'll just do this, and then go down here. I don't want to go and fight that person yet. Let's. Oh my gosh! I freaking fell off, and now there's rustling grass here, and I should probably deal with that too. So hold on. Well, it pushed Tomoe to level 44, so I guess that was worth it. I should also answer a question that I'm sure some people had at the end of the last episode. What about Scald? Would Scald be a good thing to teach to Tomoe? And I'm actually going to say yes to that. We've had Water Pulse on Tomoe for a super long time, but honestly, I think Scald is just an improvement in every single way. It is still slightly weaker than Surf, but it's a much better single target option, especially when we're in things like triple battles and whatnot, where obviously Surf is still going to hit my team members. So I'm going to teach that to Tomoe. We'll deal with this guy later, I think after I battle all the trainers in this area. Let me get to this Pokemon breeder over here, especially because I would very much like to push that rock into place so that I can get around here a little bit easier and not have to backtrack my way around that legendary, give it the awkward wave, and continue on my way over and over again. So we got Camerupt. Not a great Pokemon to start with the Scalding on because, well, Camerupt cannot be burned, but I can still do plenty of damage to it. So let's Surf this thing. And we should be able to knock it out in one shot, I would imagine. Definitely going to get Tomoe up until probably around level 46, 47 by the time this entire route is done. Grumpig! Okay, I actually have X-Scissor for this thing, which it's not going to be one-shotting it, but it's going to be doing some decent damage, although it's going to Power Gem me right back. But luckily, Tomoe's got pretty beastly defenses, so we're mostly good. Look at that damage. I love it. Absolutely love it. And oh, you're going to use Rest? Okay. I suppose I can deal with that. That's fine. So it's going to heal. We're just going to have to use a couple more X-Scissors. Exactly one more than I was hoping on using. But I'll take it. It's not like it can use Snore anyway, so we're fine. Okay. Really, what is the point of giving that Pokemon rest if it's not going to either have the berry that immediately wakes it up or it's going to have Snore or something along those lines? Okay, Aqua Tail. We literally just learned Scald, and I've been over this multiple times, but I just want to reiterate right here. Aqua Tail is meant to be the best move that you can possibly teach Tomoe outside of something like a Hydro Cannon, for instance. But in my case, my Samurott is not physically gifted. It is much more specially gifted, so I'm actually going to say no to Aqua Tail this time. I hate to do it, but I would really rather keep Scald and not try to have 3 different water-type moves on this Pokemon when I can teach it more of an abundance of stuff. Now, I'm probably not going to end up keeping Scald forever either, though, because I did just mention the move, but we still have the option to go back to the Pokemon World Tournament and teach Tomoe Hydro Cannon, and that's probably going to end up being the better choice in the long run. And I'm probably going to replace Scald with that and still keep Surf. But we'll worry about that before we actually end up challenging the Pokemon League. For now, let's keep going. Now, I'm sure some people are also curious about something I talked about a couple of episodes ago, which was the Move Tutor that is back in Humalao City and the shards that we're going to go after in some Entralink Fun Fest missions. We're going to get to all that. In fact, we're going to get to that actually at the end of this episode. I just wanted to get through this entire route first, and then we will talk about that. And I'm actually going to be working on that mostly between episodes because it's just kind of a little bit of tedious farming, and it wouldn't make a ton of sense for me to do it all on screen, especially because I need to get myself 19 more yellow shards. So we'll talk about that towards the tail end of this episode. For now, though, let's just keep making our way through. Everything dies in one shot. Look at that. Scald is some really good damage, and I'm expecting the burn if the damage doesn't outright take them out, but so far it's been great. And I would not be wanting to use Aqua Tail in that situation anyway. Okay, let's look around. There is an item over there. Maybe I should get that first before I do anything else. So let me actually surf, because I think that's the only way to get to this. And I also don't think there's any trainers over here as well. I could be wrong, though. Yep, it's just the item. Nothing on that. So we're going to get ourselves a calcium, which I will definitely take. And oh gosh, who do I teach that to? I have a lot of options, honestly. I have like 4. Technically 5, actually, now that I think about it. You know, I'm going to actually teach that probably to Farina. And then, the iron, too. And we also have the protein. Okay, the protein is definitely going to go to Jack, because Jack can use it the most. The iron is probably going to go to Johanna, because Johanna's defenses suck. And the calcium is going to go to Farina. Yeah, we'll do that. I like that. I like that combination right there. Now we can head back. And also, I probably should be using a dowsing machine, shouldn't I? Let's see. Is this close or far? It is not. Okay, it is definitely far. We're fine then. I am okay with that. Okay, it's right here in the middle of the dirt. We'll get ourselves a green shard. Not bad. I think that's the only hidden item here, though, on this route. Oh, there is another one, actually. I was incorrect. Although I think it's actually up on the north side of the area. Let's head up here, and is this another Pokemon? Nope, that's a Poison Barb. So if we wanted to go back and get that black sludge from the lady inside of the marine tube, we could do that. I would have to actually give them the item, though. But first, we've got more Amoonguss. Now, I am not going to be fighting these with Tomoe. Although, actually, can Tomoe escape this? I don't know. We will find out. Let's try running. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I would rather fight those with Challenger, but I put Challenger in the back seat, so we're fine. Okay, get ourselves a red shard. And then down here, we got ourselves another Ace Trainer. So let's battle her next. Here we go. I think that's actually, we already fought the only 2 fake Amoonguss in the entire area, so we're probably good. All right, starting off with an Arcanine. That is definitely something I'm going to want to use Tomoe against, because holy crap, this thing is strong. And it's also probably going to dish out some decent damage. Intimidate, too, on top of everything else. Good thing we're not using physical attacking moves right now. Surf. So extreme speed. I wish I had the Rocky Helmet in this situation, but I do not. Honestly, not that bad of damage in the slightest. I will take it. Okay. We're going to one-shot Arcanine it is. Beautiful. That's going to be a lot of experience there. Almost to level 47. And then we got Excadrill, which I'm pretty sure is slower than Tomoe. So let's try a Scald here. Nope, it's fast. Oh, I got Horn Drill. No. Oh, that sucks. Only 31% accuracy, and it landed it. That blows big time. All right, well, let's try Johanna next. because Johanna is super effective. Granted, if it lands a Rock Slide, that would suck, but I think we'll be faster than it, and we are. Time to use Heat Wave on its Steel typing and see how much damage that does, and it is a lot. Now we have a good fire move on my Volcarona. It can actually do a lot. It's pretty much put together now. Volcarona was struggling for a very long time, but I finally was able to put everything together with this Pokemon and actually give it something to do some damage with. All right, I'm going to heal. I need to go get more revives, man. I'm actually starting to run low on those. Not the greatest. I guess I'm just going to use the fresh water now. Why not? Let's just get rid of it because, you know, I'm only like, what, 20 HP, 24 HP shy of max. I'm not going to worry about that too much. Let's make our way over here. Okay, this guy. I'm going to battle him first, actually. And then we'll go after that item over there. We still have a couple more things left to clear, and I think... No, actually, I think I've battled all the trainers here. Yeah, this is the last trainer. Okay. So he's got a Swine Up, which is part ground type, so that's fine. Take care of that first. And I want to talk about that cave that is actually directly to our left. So that is actually an entrance to the Giant Chasm, which is an area that we have previously been unable to explore. However, we could go in there now, and there's not really any trainers in the Giant Chasm, but there is a lot of items and a lot of Pokemon to be caught. I'm actually going to save it. We're not going to worry about the Giant Chasm at all for the time being. We're just going to finish collecting everything there is to get here in this route, and then we are going to head back to... and then we're going to head back to Humalau. I think... Let's see. I think we can... we'll keep exploring around. I think we can actually go inside the entrance, but then we're going to get stopped on the way in there. But I could be wrong about that. Let me just find that out really quickly. So this is the entrance, and yeah, so there's like a little bit going on in here, but there's not really much we can do. Yeah, that's right, because Team Plasma stops us. How long to wait until everyone else arrives mean exactly? The area past here is important. People heading to Route 21 are definitely important, but we have an important role as well. So yeah, there you go. There's the confirmation. Route 21 is where everyone has gone off to. We are going to just backtrack now and grab the rest of the items in this area. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to grab this item first, but then we're going to need to go around the other way to get to the other side. And then we got to catch Terrakion at some point. So, actually, let me go grab that item over there if I can. I think we can do it like this. Probably. Grab this one, which is a rare candy. I will happily take that. And it'll probably come in handy a little bit later. And then I think there is one more hidden item that I am missing. Oh, gosh, I walked way too many steps there. That just kept him going, like, for me. Like, I know I took my hand off the D-pad before I got to that point, but evidently I messed that up. Okay, oh, it's up on the raised walkway, isn't it? It is. I guarantee it. It is supposed to be over here. I think? I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Let me just make 100% sure as I kind of head over this way. Oh, no, it's just right here in the corner. So maybe... Oh, there's a hidden grotto up there. Okay, that makes so much more sense. Well, we could probably check that out. Let me also fight this Audino real quick. And not only did that Audino push Tomoe to level 48, but it also healed him. So that's awesome. That's going to make going into this Terrakion fight really nice. Now, I'm not even going to bother healing Challenger because Challenger is going to be absolutely useless here. However, the Pokemon that would be the most useful here is, unfortunately, sitting in my PC, and that is Kamina, because Kamina would be able to paralyze this thing. However, I do have one other option for paralysis, so I'm going to try it, and we're going to use Jack in this fight, see if I can get enough Force Palms off enough to actually get it to go. But just like with Virizion, I am going to actually go for a Quick Ball right off the start here, and see if that works. So let's do this thing. We're going to battle the final Sword of Justice, Terrakion, level 45, I think, again. Turn expensive for you is other than Terrakion. And as soon as we try to approach it, we're going to be stopped by Colress. It's been a long time. Terrakion is one of the 3 Pokemon who protected Pokemon from the flames of a human conflict. Seems likely that Terrakion has picked up the scent of danger that emanates from Team Plasma. It's probably seeking a Pokemon trainer who has the strength to stand up to them. It's very interesting indeed that Terrakion appeared before you. That aside, do you plan to confront Team Plasma? Yes. I see. If that's the case, you must have the power to protect your own Pokemon. Being protected by Pokemon alone does not make you a trainer. It's because trainers are strong and because they care about their Pokemon that these Pokemon can also be strong. Here, this is from me. And what is this? The Colress Machine. Interesting. I wonder what it does. Prototype my device that energizes Pokemon. It doesn't work on battling Pokemon, but you may find it useful for something. Well then, I wish you and your Pokemon a safe journey. Now that I think about it, in the Seaside Cave on Route 21, I saw something that reminded me of when we met on Route 4. Okay, all roads point to Route 21. That is definitely where we're going to be heading next. But for now, let's battle Terrakion. Let's catch this thing. It is time. This thing has the ability Justified, which is what all the Swords of Justice have, but it has the moves Helping Hand, Retaliate, Sacred Sword, and Rock Slide. Now, Sacred Sword is obviously the one thing I'm worried about with Jack, and this is why I would rather have my Jolteon in this situation, but whatever. What can you do? Let's go with a Quick Ball right off the bat. See if we can catch this thing on the first go. Probably not going to happen twice in a row. It'd be crazy if it did, but I really doubt it. Yep, there we go. All right, so it's probably going to use Rock Slide. Okay, and luckily it missed, so let's go on with a Force Palm. Retaliate. That's not going to do it any good because we did not attack first in that situation. So, ooh, that's a lot of damage. A lot more than I actually wanted it to be. Ice Punch? Without knocking it out, maybe we can freeze it? See, this is my problem. This is why I wanted Kamina in this situation. Okay, well, we're at our limit here. I guess we're just going to start chucking Ultra Balls at this thing and hoping that it eventually ends up in one of them. Here we go. This is probably going to be the roughest of the fights. Terrakion usually is. I am not a big fan of fighting this thing. Helping Hand, yes, please waste your time on that. I'm going to do the same thing as before, 5 Ultra Balls, and if it's not caught by then, we will skip to whenever this thing actually gets caught. 1 shake that time. Okay, here's Rock Slide. Not terribly bad damage, but whatever. Luckily, Jack is mostly dealing with it fine. The problem is that the second Sacred Sword comes out, he's going to go down. My only Pokemon that's really going to be able to fully resist Terrakion is probably Tomoe. I mean, I can use Retaliate and Rock Slide all day, though. I'm happy with that. I just don't trust it. Like, the second I heal, I don't trust it to not immediately use Sacred Sword. Oh, man, we're not getting any shakes right now. All right, we got 2 more uses. I don't know why it's not using it, though. It's really weird. 2 more. Once I get to 40, then I'm probably just going to skip until this thing is caught. Nope, still no shakes. This is when I can't. What happens when I can't paralyze this thing? And yep, there's that Sacred Sword. I was waiting for that. Okay, Jack faints. We move on to the next one. I am going to go with... I guess I'll just go with Challenger, although Rock Slide is absolutely going to mess Challenger up. At least it's a free hit. Not like I'm going to be doing any attacks with Challenger. Anyway, all right, last Ultra Ball. And if this doesn't go, we skip. Come on. Oh, I was hoping we were going to get just like with Cobalion, where on the last one it caught it, but unfortunately that was not the case. All right, see you all in a second. Hey, there we go. Okay, I definitely sped some things up there really quickly, but was able to finally get to it. It took about 4 more Ultra Balls to catch it, so it honestly wasn't that bad. It was just not nearly as easy as Cobalion or Virizion were, so I will take it. Okay, we are not done with this episode yet. That was the last thing I wanted to do in this episode, but we are not done with this episode just yet because I have a promise to keep. We're going to head back to Humalao City. And from there, what we're going to do is we're going to do something that I have completely avoided in this playthrough up to this point. And what I'm going to do, first of all, is I'm going to go heal my Pokemon, and then I'm actually going to go straight to Mistralton City and go from there. So give me just a second. Okay, here we are. Welcome to Mistralton City, everybody. It is raining, but I'm just not going to even worry about that because what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to do something I haven't done this entire time, and that is turn on the Sea Gear. And now what we're going to do is we're going to click Wireless, hit Entralink, and this is going to warp us straight to the Entralink. Now, the Entralink is a bit of an interesting place. It is technically at the center of the Unova region, and this is where a lot of things are stored. We can talk to this lady. Anything you'd like to know about the Entra? You can see things about mission types, power pass types, things of that nature. There are basically 2 functional things that you can do here at the Entralink, and all of them are related to this here right there, which is the entry. You can either receive pass powers or you can accept FunFast missions, and you receive pass powers by doing FunFest missions. Now, pass powers are used at certain points in the game to allow yourself to get little boosts in different things. You can get discounts from the Pokemart. You can restore Pokemon HP, you can increase the amount of experience points you gain. You can increase the chance to catch Pokemon. There's a whole bunch of different things you can get. You get things that boost hidden grottos, all that sort of stuff. You can see here I've already got 4 pass powers, but that's because I have done a couple of FunFest missions, not too many. What I'm going to do is I'm going to accept a FunFest mission, and I am after a specific one here. Now, there's a bunch of them, and you notice the time limit here. You can see like, oh, collect 3 more berries within the time limit, find 4 more lost children within the time limit, find Audino in rustling grass, which you only got, 5 minutes, you only have to do 1, train martial artist, treasure hunting, find a Mulga, wings falling on the drawbridge, find treasures, mushrooms, hide and seek, finding shining ores, 2 lost treasures, big harvest of berries, ring the bell, path to an ace, memory training. This is an interesting one because you can literally just race up and down the Celestial Tower over and over and over again to try to get as much done as possible. But the one I am interested in, which you can see is already starred, is find shining ores. And I'm going to say yes to this one. Now, what's going to happen, and as soon as we start it, it is going to warp us back to wherever we were before we headed off to the Entralink. So we're going to be going straight back to Mistralton City. Now, the reason I picked Mistralton City is because it is right next to the entrance to Chargestone Cave, and we need to be able to be in caves to get this done. Now, I think I already have a max repel going. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure I do. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start making our way through this cave. And as we go through here, we are specifically looking for these shiny spots, which are going to have all manner of things. Now, there's a bunch of stuff that you can get inside these shiny spots, but the main thing that I am after is shards. There are many, many shards that can be gone after, and I am also going to be going after these dust clouds as I do so. I should also probably ride my bicycle as well, because this is just faster. So we're going to want to get shards, and this is how I'm going to farm up more yellow shards in order to get the rest of the items I need to complete everything. But there is a specific path and a methodology that is behind this entire thing, so I am going to actually go around this guy if possible. What, none over here at all? I am actually shocked. Okay. Was there even any at the entrance? There's usually like some around here. Oh, there's one up there. Oh, and it's next to an item I never grabbed too. Wow, shame on me. Okay, well, let's go and get that. Oh, I am going the wrong way with that. Definitely wasting a little bit of time right now. I've already done quite a bit here without getting to anything. Let's see. Let's go right. Okay, let's get off the bicycle. It is getting a little too hard to control right now. Push that there. Grab this. Get a green shard. We also have a dust cloud here. Let's also grab this item I never grabbed when I was in here, which is a max repel. Guess that's good. I'll take it. And then the dust cloud's gone, so we'll keep going. All right, well, back to the bicycle. All right, let's keep hurrying. There is a specific path you're supposed to take. I usually just kind of like briefly check this area, and then I usually move on if I can. Come on, go down. And then what I like to do is I then like to head down this path. Oop, another dust cloud. Fire gem. Still not getting the shards that I want, so we're going to keep looking. Problem is that you can go entire runs without getting a single shard, and that makes this entire ordeal very long-winded. Okay, nothing over there, so we're going to head downstairs, and we're going to keep looking around, seeing if we can't find more of these sparklies as we go. There's another one, and also one right up above it. This is the dead end path, so I'm going to continue to follow it and then circle back. All we're getting is green shards right now, which is not what I want. You're also going to need a lot of max repels to get through this, too, if you want to do this as efficiently as possible. So that is a little bit of an issue. Wow, nothing. I feel like this one is not going super well, because last time I did this one, I had a bunch more, but this is not working out. Okay, there is one right there. We get a Thunderstone. Let's keep looking. We're just basically getting rocks out of this. There's a Flying Gem. Aren't even up to an objective of 10 yet. And yes, obviously the idea with these things is that you can compete with your friends in these sort of competitions, so you can collect the most in them in a certain amount of time. But unfortunately, I am not having the greatest luck right now. I think there was a dust cloud down there, but I'm not going to circle back to it. Let's grab this next. Yellow shard. There we go. I got one. And this is what I meant by this whole thing is tedious, because I'm going to have to probably just farm this off screen to be able to get the 19 total that I want to have to be able to finish this entire thing. So there's another one. Also lots and lots of repels here. Okay, bike is betraying me right now, and I accidentally selected the wrong item. Only got a minute 28 left. Another shiny stone. Oh my gosh, I have more shiny stones than I could ever possibly need at this point. Finally got to 10. There's also a leaf stone and a dust cloud directly above me. And that is going to be, unfortunately, a fight. And yes, you can still run into these, even while doing the Fun Fest mission, which really sucks and makes your life a lot harder because, yes, time is still counting down while the entire counter is taking place. So we can run away from it, but that is the one problem with running into these dust clouds. There's another yellow shard. Okay, I was able to get 2. I would consider that a moderate success. I feel like 4 is like the most I could possibly ask for in these situations. So that's why I'm not going to worry about them too much. Another revive. So we got up to, what, 13? Okay, well, that's about the best I'm going to be able to do. So this is the one that I'm going to end up farming as a Fun Fest mission in order to try to get as many of these shards as is possible, because otherwise I don't really have a great repeatable method. Now, there are obviously other caves we could go and try out, but in my experience, Chargestone Cave is just the best one, which is why I like it so much. And we get another fight, so this is probably going to be it for this Fun Fest mission. But I wanted to show this off because this is how what I'm basically going to be doing between episodes. And once all is said and done, then I will head back to the Move Tutor in Humalau City. I am going to get myself Drain Punch, and I am going to get myself Giga Drain. And we will go from there. So the mission is over. It's going to give us our final score, which was 13. Not great, but we are going to get a Pass Orb out of this, as well as a bonus of 4 more Pass Orbs, which again can be used to activate these powers. And my level has gone up by 1. Okay, so if I want to get back to the Interlink, I just have to warp from here, but I actually don't think I can from a cave. Yep, that's what I thought. I have to be outside. It's much like flying. You have to actually be in an open space to do so. So once again, I'm going to warp back there, but I'm going to continue all of this off screen because that is going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Let's Play Pokemon Black and White 2 very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.